Did you hit record?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Welcome to the Amanda Steinhaus talk show. Your host, Ryan Kross. What's up, people? And the woman of choice, Amanda Steinhaus.
Hi, Ryan. How are y'all?
Pretty good.
Good.
Glad to have you here today.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm glad to be with you.
So, tell us where you were born.
Where was I born? I was born in Meridian, Mississippi, in a military base.
Military fans. Yes, okay. Alright. Brings us to the next question. What was your childhood like?
I was a Navy brat, and I lived in lots of different places, about 2 to 3 years each time. I was born in Meridian, like I said, and I lived in Florida, Texas, California, and Missouri all before I was 13 years old.
Wow, and how was your relationship with your parents?
My mom and my sister and I were always together a lot because my dad was in the Navy and he was always on the ship. So my relationship with my mom was always really close. And then when my dad was in town, of course, we were always really happy to see him. And it was a really good, strong family bond that we all had.
Okay, so, and our next question will be, okay, how did you get here? What has your adulthood been like through 18 to your age now?
How did I get right here on the couch? Well, when I was 18, I left Missouri and I moved to California, and I went to college out there on my own and traveled around the world a little bit after I got out of college. And then I went back to California and lived in San Diego until about 3 years ago. And I came to Kansas City to be with my family.
So what were your careers in San Diego?
What were my years like?
Yeah.
In San Diego? Most of my time in San Diego was in Ocean Beach. I love that town. It's like the coolest hippie city, and it's also the dog beach. So I love dogs, and so I ended up getting a couple dogs myself.
Their names?
I've got Lucy, my black lab, and Annie, my labradoodle.
That's cool. So, what brought you to move out there?
Well, I moved to Missouri when I was 13 from San Diego, so I already knew how amazing it was. And at that time in my childhood, I didn't really think Missouri was cool, and so I could only count down the days until I was 18 before I could actually leave and go be an adult on my own. You know, legally allowed to move out of my parents' house. Which
hard.
It was really hard because I had never had to pay bills on my own, like, rent to live in a house.
What did you do out there?
I struggled a lot. I really did.
What job?
I had so many jobs. I think my first job, I was a hostess at a restaurant. I was a valet at a hotel for their parking garage. I made sandwiches in a deli for a while. I worked in a few different restaurants, but I eventually became a bartender and worked my way into bartending, and that's where I was able to really sustain my lifestyle as far as take care of bills and rent and insurance and food and dentist and every clothes and school and whatever I needed. So
I've actually heard that you used to model.
Oh, right, yeah. I started modeling because I needed money for rent, and an artist needed a subject to paint, so I am in a painting. And then I started making clothing with my best friend, and we just did it kind of for fun, but we ended up having a fashion show, and we didn't have a lot of models, so we ended up being the models. And then from that, I started getting into other fashion events, modeling for other people's clothing lines. And I think at the height of my modeling career, I was about 26, 27, and I did some runway modeling and even some print modeling for clothing.
Well, all I have to say about that is fascinating.
That was awesome.
Well, that's all for today, folks. I hope you liked the show. And I will see you later. Peace. Later.